But the question is, what does this decision by the Supreme Court mean? And how does it reflect the current dynamics of our politics and judiciary? So, bakit hindi tayo nasurpresa? Una sa lahat, yung katotohanang hawak pa rin ni Duterte ang ating Korte Suprema. As stated earlier, 12 of 15 justices of the High Court were appointed by Duterte, including his midnight appointee na si Justice Maria Filomena Singh. What Duterte did may be politically improper, pero may nagsasabing legal naman daw. But he should have respected the incoming administration because he appointed Singh, who took her oath on May 18, 2022, just a few days after the 2022 elections. Siyempre, yung mga kaalyado ng mga Duterte, kagaya ng ever-loyal na si Cayetano, binabanatan yung mga kritiko ng Supreme Court. Pangalawa, the Dutertes, their allies, and especially former President Rodrigo, kept on boasting about the Supreme Court. Kung may reklamo ka, Supreme Court. They kept mentioning the Supreme Court, apart from the AFP or military, as if sure na sure sila na these two institutions are on their side.
Former President Rodrigo Duterte called for military and police intervention to protect the Constitution amid what he described as a fractured government. But he stopped short of calling for a coup d'etat.
Naglaro ng brigade to fracture the government. It is only the military controlled. Hanggang kailan kayo magsuporta ng drug addict na presidente?
For Education Corps.
Mr. Chair.
Problema, nandiyan ang korte.
Noong 2023, maaalala ninyong ilang beses in-incite ni Digongyo ang military at ilang beses din niyang pinagyabang ang Korte Suprema. Noong naaresto siya noong Marso 12 ng ICC, he and his lawyers and supporters invoked the Supreme Court many times. In fact, yung mga lawyers niya had the audacity to proliferate fake news na naglabas na raw agad-agad ang Korte Suprema ng TRO para pigilan ang paglipad ni Duterte sa The Hague. So, hindi natin masisisi ang taumbayan kung isipin nilang may bias ang korte.